Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the brand new LEGO Star Wars 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This is the brand new battle pack that just came out. It's available at most major retail stores as well as directly from lego.com or LEGO retail stores. There's been a lot of talk about this thing online leading up to its release. A little bit of controversy with some of the minifigures included in this set, which we will get into when we look at it. But these things are costing $20 now. That's right, battle packs cost $20. Let's open it up and see if it's worth that price. Before we take a look at the set, I would like to start out looking at the instruction manual that's included because it's continuing a trend I really don't like of having this ugly render on the front. LEGO, what are you doing? You had really good cover art on these instruction manuals. Are you saving money by swapping it out for this really bad looking thing? I don't know, I don't like it. Anyway, moving on from that, I first want to look at the build of the speeder itself, which is the main part of the set. I think this is a really good build. You can already tell how small it is, and I hope the size of it doesn't turn you off to it. I understand that we've had other versions of this that are bigger, but for a battle pack, normally we see vehicles that are this size, if not smaller. So in terms of battle packs, this is pretty good. Looking close up and starting at the front of the speeder, you can see that there are two different turrets that are in here that are represented by these stud shooters. I think the design of these stud shooters actually blends in really well with the rest of the vehicle. They can pivot up and down, but not side to side. That's okay, I don't feel like they need to go side to side. And you can also blast them off, and when you do that, you can say goodbye to that stud. I'm never going to find that thing again. Moving further back on the speeder here, I want to highlight how well they were able to capture the blue flashes on this whole thing without the use of stickers. This set doesn't have a sticker sheet at all, which is good. I should hope battle packs don't really need sticker sheets, but I really like how they captured these sharp blue lines across the fin parts here, across the actual center beam that goes up, and even on what's supposed to be the turbine on the end. I think that all looks good. You can rotate these little fin parts up and down so that you can get figures in and out of those seats, and we'll look at how that works. All you have to do is fold this part up, then you get access to that seat to go ahead and put one of your clone troopers down in it. Once he's in there, you can go ahead and fold that back up. It fits nicely around him, and you can even have him holding his gun pointed over that, so he fits really well in there. And I really like how it looks when you have a figure in there. It feels really compact, and like all that empty space is being filled out nicely. Moving along to the very back of the set, you can see the turbine section here. In the past, this has been able to rotate and move. On this set, it is hard locked in, so you're not going to be able to get any movement, no pivots out of this thing. And I get it would have been hard to do that at a scale this small, but I still wish we would have seen a little bit of that. It does have these clips on the side here in blue that you can plug some of the blasters from the clone troopers into. That will work nicely if you want to have the clone troopers sitting on this speeder without their blasters. You do have a place to store them in the back here. Once you have them clipped in, I think that they blend in pretty well. They don't stand out too much. You can notice them, but they just look like they're supposed to be there and they're part of the build. And you can see when you have those blasters plugged in with clone troopers sitting in there, it looks really nice and natural. You can look at it from every angle, and like I said, when you have the clone troopers in there, it really fills out that empty space, so it looks good from all around. Previous versions of this speeder have had wheels on the bottom so that you can roll it. As you can see, this one is completely plain on the bottom. I get at this scale it might be hard to have wheels on there, so you're not going to be able to glide it across carpet or anything like that. Also included is this small, really tiny build of a little turret. It uses about as few pieces as possible to actually have a little turret or mortar. It's that stud shooter, so you can shoot it and lose another one of the studs that is included in the set. Even though this mortar piece is small, it does scale pretty nicely with the included figures. You can see you can place two of them around here, and it looks about the size that a mortar would be. Moving on to the most talked about part of this whole set, we have the actual 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Troopers from the Season 7 finale episodes of the Clone Wars. I really like how these things look. People are bothered by the holes on the side, and I get it, but they don't bother me as much. When you turn it to the side profile, they become really noticeable, but from head on like this, they don't stand out too badly for me. I really like all the detailing in the print across the body. I think the blue looks really nice with the orange helmet as a little highlighted detail on there. Additionally, this set comes with two of these rocket jetpack troopers, and if you want, they can just be regular troopers because you can take the backpack pieces off. If you want to leave them on, then you have these really nice blue blue jetpacks on there. It's a sculpt we've been seeing for over a decade now, but it's a really, really solid sculpt. We don't always see it in blue to go along with these troopers, so it's nice to get that. Goes with the 501st color scheme. And again, if you want to go ahead and take these things off, you can. Now, people were concerned when they first saw some promo images about the black lines on the helmets, but now that we have these in hand, we can see that they aren't any thicker than on the normal release. So all the panic about the thick black lines, you can put that to rest. And here's the man of the hour, the one that's been getting all the talk and debate and some vitriol, if we're being honest, in this set. It's Vaughn, and you can see he uses the same visor piece that Cody uses, but under that you can see a regular 332nd helmet. A lot of people have taken issue with that because he doesn't have a regular helmet design. And the back of Vaughn does share that same printed jetpack detail that we saw on that Commander Cody as well. Comparing him to Commander Cody, you can see some of the details that he's missing. Remember, in the show, he's supposed to have a pretty similar helmet decal to Commander Cody, just with that 332nd paint over it. And clearly in LEGO form, he doesn't have that, but honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. I know I might get shot down in the comments for that opinion, but I like that you can take the visor piece off and have it look like a pretty normal 332nd. Standing all these guys next to each other, it might become clearer why. This is an army builder. You're supposed to army build these, and named characters and army builders can often get in the way because you're going to end up with multiples of them. Since this Vaughn figure isn't too unique, you're able to pop the visor off on repeat sets and have it look like a regular trooper. Here's a comparison of the new 332nd trooper next to the older one that we got in the AAT set from Clone Wars Season 7. You can see this one doesn't have any helmet holes and the new one does. It does give a slight difference in the shape of the helmet, the proportions of it. I think the older one looks a little better, but I'm also fine with the new one. Taking a look underneath the helmet on one of these guys, you can see that it uses the same clone face that we've been seeing for a little bit now, and that's going to be the face that's used on all 4 of these guys. Overall, I think this set looks great as a build and as a figure pack. It has 4 figures that you can army build, and it comes with enough accessories that you can interchange them around, play with them, not feel like you're repeating any of the figures. The build itself is a really, really solid build. Honestly, it might be one of the best battle pack builds we've ever seen. I really like how they were able to keep the shaping of the speeder recognizable while scaling it down to battle pack size. And just to show you guys a comparison, here's the new Battle Pack Speeder that we got compared with the older Clone Wars set with Barriss Offee and Clone Trooper that came with 2 of those super battle droids, and you can see it is quite the size difference between these sets. Keep a lookout for a comparison video coming up on my channel soon. So after a lot of chatter online about this thing based on leaks and promo images and all of that, we finally have it in hand to actually review and discuss. And I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. I get a lot of the criticism about the Vaughn figure, but like I talked about, I think that it's fine going the route of having a less unique figure. That way you can build it up easier. This is a set you're meant to army build, so it makes sense that you can do that. I like that they included that. I think this is probably the best build we've ever seen in a clone battle pack, maybe just any battle pack. The speeder is really nice for this scale, and I think the blue details on it especially look really good. And at $20, I think battle packs maybe are a little bit overpriced these days, but honestly, this set in particular does not feel very bad at a $20 price point.